Hey, hi, 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 hi. Okay, 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 okay. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now we are on Thursday, the fourth day of the week, and I'm happy to bring you lunch break with Ekow Mensah. So this is by far one of the most outstanding songs, soundtracks on the Empire series. Those of you who are enjoying it. Hey, hey, hey. You are a conqueror. Never accept defeat, man. Oh, you are a conqueror. You are a conqueror. Hey, 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 hey. Alright, so welcome to Lunch Break with Ekow Mensah, and I'm starting with this song, You're a Conqueror, because if you do business in Ghana, I don't know anywhere else, I know Ghana, you are a conqueror. Even just conceiving the idea of doing business for yourself or even having a side hustle in Ghana, it's so different, so difficult sometimes, and just surviving makes you a conqueror. So those of you who are business owners, those of you who are having and running side hustles, and those of you who are actually doing well in your own business, I just want to tell you that you're a conqueror. Just conceiving the idea and going further to even start. And regardless of where the business is currently, just know that you're a conqueror. And if you don't give up and you continue, you are going to do amazing things and you're definitely going to find success. But today we are looking at a very interesting topic, and that has to do with how do you attract clients on a consistent basis, in your business or side hustle. What are some of the challenges and how do we address those challenges? Okay, so that's what we're going to look at, and I have quite a number of things I want to share. So if I don't finish, I will continue next week, Thursday, God willing. But let's see how much I can share with you before my time is up. Thank you so much for joining, Yaira. Thank you for joining, Nana Araba. And the song, I don't know what I think it's R&B or something. It's a movie soundtrack, so I don't know what genre it is, but it's a beautiful song. All right, so and okay, well, let me not digress. I was going to talk about Empire and how painful it was to find out that the guy was, multicolored. But anyway, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you who have businesses, please take your pen and paper and then let's start taking notes. We're looking at clients. Clients are the lifeblood of any business. Clients are the lifeblood of any business. Money, cash flow is the lifeblood of any business. And this morning I shared 4 creative ways that you can use to market and sell your business. And I'm hoping that it's really helped someone out there. I got some good comments and feedback, and I think it's a good article that you should go check it out if you haven't done that already. Okay, but this afternoon we are looking at reasons why you may not be attracting clients to your business on a consistent basis. Maybe when you started your business, you had a few clients here and there, but you have not necessarily been able to attract clients on a consistent basis. So we're looking at what the reasons may be and how do you mitigate these reasons or challenges. And we are going to do it in, I think, 5 thematic areas. Yes, we are going to do it with you. Okay, so we are looking at you. We are looking at the product or service. We are looking at the market. We are looking at your plan. And then we are looking at your finances. Okay, so we are addressing this issue about how to attract clients on a consistent basis and the challenges that you may be facing currently in doing that. And we are looking at this issue under 5 thematic areas, which is you as a person, your product or service, the market, your plan, and then your finances. Like I said, if you are not able to finish, we are going to continue, God willing, next week, Thursday. All right, so let's start with you. You started a business, you have a side hustle, but it's not really going well. Maybe when you started, people were, very excited about what you were offering, and then you were getting clients, but then suddenly it just started going down, and now it looks as if, it's just plateaued, and you get clients not as regularly as you used to. All right, so let's look at you. And everything really rises and falls on you. Everything depends on you in business. Everything depends on you. And if you are not on top of your game, everything about your business would probably also not be on top of its game. Why? Because for most of the businesses that we run, it really depends on us. Most of us are working in the businesses that we run. So they may not even have gotten to the state of a business yet. I said something some time back that most of us think we're business owners, but we are only self-employed. We have created a job for ourselves, and that's why when we are not working, the business is not doing well. So you are not necessarily a business owner yet, because you cannot leave your business for it to run on its own. All right, you are literally a self-employed person. You've given yourself a job. So if you desire to be a business owner, you have to evolve from giving yourself a job. You have to fire yourself, but still your business should be thriving. And that's what indicates that you're a business owner. One day we're going to address that as well, how to evolve from self-employed to being a business owner. So let's look at you. Now, the first thing is that maybe you're not cut out for this entrepreneurship thing. Have you ever thought about it? Maybe you're not, it's not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Honestly, it's just finding solutions to problems, but not everybody can be a business person. Not everybody can build a business. Everybody can start something. Everybody can introduce an innovation to a problem or a solution to a problem, but not everybody can turn that into a thriving business. And sometimes if we fail to recognize what our limitations are in our bid to build a business, we tend to hurt ourselves or change ourselves, and then at the end we are not able to get the results that we wish or are expecting. Okay, so first look at yourself and then ask yourself, are you really cut out for this whole entrepreneurship thing? Before it becomes too late, before you realize that time has passed and you've lost out on a lot of opportunities that you could have probably taken advantage of and grown in certain businesses or sectors. And now you've gotten to yourself to a point where you now realize that, Charlie, this entrepreneurship thing is not for you, and you're not able to also do anything about it. So you're literally stuck, and you have to make it happen regardless. All right. So first of all, look at it. Is this entrepreneurship thing for you? All right. And the thing is, when it comes to marketing and sales and getting clients, you need to have some sort of a charisma or a personality that makes it easy for you to approach people, build a rapport, and then be able to tell them about your business. So sometimes you may be very passionate about entrepreneurship, and you may be very convinced that you have what it takes to run a business. But when you look at yourself and you look at your personality, your temperament and all that, you realize that you're not really cut out for all this, like meeting people, engaging people, and then you don't have the charisma that really gets you the attention that you need to be able to convert those prospects into clients. So that when you look at yourself, you need to be frank with yourself and then figure out, do I have the charisma or the personality that will enable me to be able to consistently market and sell my business? If you find that you don't, then you need to either get a partner that does, so maybe because of your personality, and if you fall on the introvert side of temperament, you realize that you're more operational, you're more strategy, you are more paperwork, you are more systems and structures than you getting out there, marketing, selling, and then pushing the business out there. So then you need to either get a partner who complements you and who has the personality and charisma to be able to consistently be marketing and then getting you clients, or you need to hire somebody. The challenge with hiring people is that if you don't find the right people, and then they get to find out that they are actually the ones that are bringing you all the money and bringing you all the clients, then unfortunately they start either acting up, demanding more, or eventually leave and then carry your clients away. So it's it's important, especially for those that are self-employed or are still working in their own business, to make sure that you have some sort of a hold on the clients and then the people that you're serving. So if you're not the one that brings them in, at least you should be the one that establishes relationship, and they know you, you know them, and then even when the person that brings the client in leaves, you still be able to maintain and then build on the ones that he brought. So take a look at yourself and then figure out, do you have the personality, the charisma, and then the what it takes to be able to just strike a conversation, sell your product, market your product. If you don't, like I said, find a partner or hire somebody that can do it. All right. And sometimes it's just because you don't have the knowledge or the skill set or even the competence to be able to do this marketing and selling very well. It's an act. Okay. Marketing is an act. Sales is an act. It's not something that we are naturally born with. Some of us are naturally born with the ability to convince people to make decisions. All right. And because of that ability to convince people to make decisions or to sway them to think your way, you're able to convert that into business and sales, and then they're able to patronize your product or service. But generally, you need to be able to learn the act of marketing, the act and skill and craft of selling, so that you'll be able to build your competence and your capability to be able to really sell. So sometimes because of your lack of knowledge, you're not able to sell and market your business. Okay. And then the other thing is that maybe you're not hungry enough. You're comfortable. All right. If you're comfortable, it means that, Charlie, you don't have an intense demand on yourself to get specific results, which determines whether or not you can survive another day, another week, or another month. You don't have maybe responsibilities on your head. You don't pay bills. You live in maybe your parents' house. You don't have any family, kids, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend. You don't have anyone or anything in your life that is demanding of you getting results through the selling and marketing of your business. So whatever money you get, you enjoy it, and then you hope that you get again. So you're not really hungry enough. All right, you're not hungry enough. So then it doesn't reflect in your marketing and sales and your ability to really bring in clients. And if you're not hungry enough, it shows. All right, it shows that you're comfortable, because even the way you wake up in the morning, how early you sleep, how much effort you put into meeting new people, how much effort you put into really selling and marketing, it shows in everything you do. You are very relaxed and laid back, and at the end, it doesn't. You see, marketing is like sowing and then nurturing and then watering and then pruning and then till it becomes a tree. And even when it becomes a tree, that is, you have convinced someone, the person says, I need it. It's not at the point where they sometimes make a purchase. Sometimes they need to think about it. So it's a whole process that you need to manage well. And if you're very comfortable in life, you don't have time for that. Your tolerance level is very, very low because you're very comfortable in life. And another reason is you probably have a lot of options and some sort of a backup plan. Right? Especially if it's a side hustle and you have a main hustle, you're not in a hurry to make money. So then you have too many options and backup plans. So then if this doesn't work, this works. If this doesn't work, and sometimes you have too many ideas. So you touch this, you touch that, so you're not really focused. But the whole point of having options and a backup plan is that it doesn't give you you don't give your best, because if this doesn't work, this is there. If this doesn't work, but this is all you, when this is all you have, it has to work. It's like a do or die, and you're hungry enough. It's not Ekow Mensah that will come and tell you that get up and go and sell and make money. No, it reflects in whatever you do. There is nobody around you who doesn't know that you're doing this business, who doesn't know that you provide this service, who doesn't know that you provide this product, because you're hungry and you have no backup plan. So sometimes when you have too many options and you have a backup plan, and I'm not saying it's not good to have a backup plan, but it only gives you a leeway to be too relaxed and not give your best to whatever you're focused on at the moment. All right. And maybe you have an intense fear of rejection. We are looking at the reasons why you may not be getting clients on a consistent basis. All right. And we are looking at it under 5 thematic areas. And we have started with the first one, which is you. And we've shared quite a number of things that I'm sure when you go back, you'll be able to learn from. but we are at the point of looking at this thing that most of us really have, which is the fear of rejection. Some of us have very intense high fear of rejection. We can't stand this word no. When people say no to us, it's like they've ripped our hearts out. So we do whatever it takes to not get a no. And one of the things we do is completely avoid situations where somebody will say no to us. But you see, there's always a conversion rate with marketing that will lead to clients. Like when you market, you have to know what your conversion rate is. So maybe if you talk to 100 people and 3 people become your clients, it means that you have just a 3% rate of conversion from prospects to clients. So then you need to know that if you need about 100 clients, you have to talk to literally 30,000 people. And if you have an intense fear of rejection, how do you even make it through the first 10 when they all say no? So your intense fear of rejection sometimes is what prevents you from being able to attract clients on a regular basis, because you don't continue selling and you don't continue marketing. All right. And sometimes you also feel some way about putting yourself out there. In what I shared this morning and the examples I gave, these are individuals that are not afraid to put themselves out there. You know, some of you are very skeptical about putting yourself out there and doing things like what I'm doing now. You feel that personal branding is self-selling and you're not very comfortable with that. It's okay. It's all good. Like I said yesterday, it's either you let the brand lead or you let you lead. Okay, if you let the brand lead, it's more sustainable because anybody leveraging your brand can really sell and make you money. But if you lead, you build trust instantly, and when people trust you, they trust whatever you introduce. So it really depends. And if you're not the person that is comfortable with putting themselves out there or, you know, bothering people, and I tell you that, listen, go to your WhatsApp and send a message to everybody about what you do, and you're not too sure, and when you send and people are not responding, you feel some way. And you see, is that feeling of some way that is actually preventing you from continuously marketing and selling your business. But when you're hungry, there's no some way feeling. In fact, you feel some way when you're not marketing. You feel some way when you're not getting clients. You feel some way when you're not selling. All right? But sometimes we just don't like to bother people. We are not, you know, some way about putting ourselves out there, and that prevents us from continuously marketing and selling, and that actually results in us not getting clients on a consistent basis. All right. And the last one I'll share under the youth thematic area is you're not focused. You're really scattered, you know, everywhere. Like some of us who have a lot of ideas are actually the people that suffer most when it comes to getting clients, managing clients, and then you know, being able to consistently get clients, because some people don't even know what we do. If you've been ever asked this question, Ekow, what do you really do? It means that somewhere, somehow, you failed to associate your brand or yourself with a particular service for which people see value in and would want to patronize. Or maybe they've seen you do too many things, so they are pretty confused as to exactly what you do and what you offer. So the moment anybody asks you what you really do, especially for somebody that you expect that by now they know you and they know what you do, then you should know that it probably is indicative of the fact that you're a bit scattered and you're not focused, and nobody really knows exactly what you do. You know, and there are so many people out there that are so talented, that are so skilled, that have so many ideas, that are so confused as to really which one would work. And because they have faith in all the ideas, and all the ideas look and sound good to them, and because of that they want to implement all of them, and at the end they don't really get the best results because clients do not know exactly what they do and what they should come to them for. So be careful not to be all over the place. Be careful not to be scattered, and focus on being known for specific things. Being known for specific things. Imagine if your side gig is, or your side hustle is MC. Okay, let's say you are an MC. Now, with this, everywhere that your name is mentioned, whether you are present or not, you should have built your brand in such a way that the moment your name comes up, what you do also comes up. That is in itself one of the best, most effective ways of getting clients. When your name is synonymous with exactly what you do, okay, it really, really, really helps, especially if, like, there are opportunities where what you do is being sought after. So then the moment they mention Jerry Ajololo, all of us are not confused about what he does. He's an MC, and I think specifically a corporate MC. So then automatically when a corporate MC is being sought after, his name comes to mind. Alfredo Kanse, I think Sabote, right? Everybody knows what he does. Twins don't beg. Everybody knows what they do. All right. When we mention Big Godwin, everybody knows what he does. And if people don't know what you do, and as such cannot, tell with the mention of your name what value you bring or what service or products you sell, then it's an indication that you probably are doing too many things and people are actually confused about what they should come to you for. Okay, so this is the first part of why you probably are not getting clients on a consistent basis. I've already done 25 minutes and I'm being careful not to go over 30 minutes with my live videos because most people don't have that much time. But I have so much to share, so I'll continue this next week. Why you're not getting clients on a consistent basis. Next week, we are going to look at the product or the service that you offer itself. That may even be a problem in itself. All right. Today, we looked at you as a person because honestly, when you're in business, everything revolves around you. Your leadership abilities determine the leadership of your business. Your people management abilities determine the state of your people that work in the business. Your relationship management abilities determine the kind of people that you interact with and even the kind of prospect list that you're able to build. Your networking abilities determine how easy it is for you to connect with other people. Your ability to visualize and to craft a vision drives the intensity of your efforts. So everything really rises and falls on you. Everything has to do with you. So for most of the things I talk about, I always start with you, especially with business. Are you the right person for this? Do you have the competence and the personality to be able to do this on a regular basis? All right. So at the end, it's always about how do you market, how do you sell, and how do you consistently attract people to your business? And the first thing we are looking at is you as a person. So go back, listen, take notes, have a checklist, and then if you find that you probably are not the person that is well equipped to be able to do this well, find people that can do this for you. But like I said, regardless of who is bringing you the business, make sure that personally as the business owner or the manager of the business, you are building a relationship with these clients, even if you are not the one who is bringing them in, because that is the only way of guaranteeing the continuity of their engagement with you beyond the absence of the person that is really doing marketing and selling for you. All right, so thank you so much for those of you who joined. Let me just say thank you, Yaira, for actually all the people that you tagged. I hope that this video, the first part of the reasons why you may not be getting clients on a consistent basis, would be helpful to them. Thank you, Nanaraba, as always. Thank you, Jennifer, as always. Thank you for all the people that you recommended, Yaira. I'm so grateful. There's an MC2 Suite. Okay, so you see, I don't even know his name, but his brand is taking over his identity, which is good. Yaira says Ekow is synonymous with public speaking. I rather would wish that I'm synonymous with teaching. I love to teach. I love to bring clarity to things that people are like trying to get some understanding in, and trying to make things as simple as possible so that it becomes applicable for people, especially when it comes to sales, marketing, customer service, ideation, and then creating some sort of a legacy or a brand for yourself. Public speaking tends to just be the medium through which I do this, but I don't think so maybe that's one of the things I have to start working with. I really would love to spend my life just teaching people, opening their minds up to knowledge, breaking principles down to applicable nuggets that they can start working with. because my concern really is helping people to be and to do better with everything they do, whether their career, whether their business, whether their family, their relationship, or even life in general. So I wish I would be known for that. Training and capacity building for entrepreneurs, employees, individuals, just to get them to do and be better with their lives, their businesses, and the work that they do. But I don't know. I do websites, I do other things. So I guess I'm one of those people that people know me for so many things. But this year, I will be here on your live, on your screen every 1 p.m. every day. All right. So Nanaraga says, Ekow Mensah, business coach, love doctor, my favorite women's advocate extraordinaire. Oh my God. I hope that all the things I'm doing, when God asks me, it is exactly what He wants me to do. Because sometimes I feel that I probably am getting, but I mean, when I teach, when I speak, when I'm advocating for women, when I'm helping, people to figure things out, I'm so happy. So I guess I'm not too far from my calling. All right, guys. So focus on at least getting in touch with 3 people every day. If you're in business here on my timeline, do this for me every day. Find 3 new people and get in touch with. Hello, how are you? My name is Nanaraba. What do you do? Always have interest in them first before you bring your own. Nobody cares about you until they see that you have something they want. Don't forget that. Nobody really cares about you until they see that you have something they want. And even as a man or a woman, the moment a man approaches a woman, there are 2 things that happen. When the woman sets her gaze or her eyes on the man, if the man is attractive, that is an automatic thing that she may want. So then the man will get her attention. But sometimes she's been hurt by attractive men, so she's closed her mind on getting attracted to attractive men. So the when you're attractive, Krana, it has a counter effect. So maybe you have to add something else. Maybe the way you speak. Some women are sapiosexual. So then when a man approaches a woman and then maybe she's not carried away by looks. So by the moment he opens his mouth, 2 things happen. Either she'll be put off or she'll be put on. So because some people love men that speak well, and of course women that speak well as well. So this is just to buttress my points that people don't care about you unless they see that you have something that they need. All right, so call 3 people or get in touch with 3 people. This is fundamental. At least if you don't do anything every day, do that. 3 to 5, and if you're ambitious enough, about 10 people every day, and then be interested in them beyond trying to sell to them. Okay, this is some of the things that we'll learn on Thursday: selling, and then getting clients on a consistent basis. I think I'll focus my Thursday on that, since it is really something that a lot of people are concerned with. So get in touch with 3 people every day, and this is your assignment. I think I'll start giving assignments. Get in touch with 3 people every day, even on Sundays, because some people have time on Sundays to chat more than. But when you get in touch with them, let it not be about you. And that's why now WhatsApp has set things in motion that even if you don't tell people what you do, they will still see the things you do, which is 1, your DP. All right, for those of you who are using WhatsApp Business, there's even a display badge behind your DP that has, a place where you can advertise more. And then there is the status updates. So because the more you contact people, the higher your status comes on there. So it becomes more visible to them. So even if you don't tell them what you do, they will still be curious enough to check your status, check your DP, and things like that. So if you're in business, status, DP, and all that should be the first point of selling. When they get there, they should know what you do. Okay, and if you are not like someone that is trying to promote themselves and all that, then you don't even have to bother. If you put a very beautiful picture of yours on your DP, it should lead to them checking your status so that you can make some money out of it. So my assignment is contact 3 people every day. And when you do, this is how you do it. Hello, Ekow. How are you today? How is your day going? I have, if you already know the person and you haven't been in touch, just tell them you're checking up on them and you want to know if everything is okay. All right. And if the person is interactive enough, a conversation will start, and then you are curious to know what really do they do. I mean, you can tell them that this year you're trying to figure out what each of your contact does so that you'll be able to send them referrals as and when some comes your way, or wherever there's an opportunity, you can give it to them. And people don't like being part of the generalized, numbers. So always personalize things for them. So instead of saying that, oh, I'm trying to find out from my contacts what they do, and then I can give them opportunities and all that as and when some come my way, just say that, oh, I'm trying to find out what exactly you do, so that when I have opportunities, I can always send them your way. Or if there's a way I can be of help to you, I'll be more than happy to do that. So tell me a bit more about what you do. So then be intentional about your connections this year. Don't just check like, hello, hi, what are you doing? How are you doing? Have you eaten? All that nonsense has stopped in 2022. Be curious about what people do. If they don't do any business, where do they work? What do they do? And, how can you be of a help to them beyond just hello, hi? 3 people, have a conversation with them. And then if they are, they talk back, just eventually they will ask you what you do, or you can tell them what you do, and then see if there are any synergies or if they can be your client. If you sell for men, 80% of your contacts should be men. If you sell for women, 80% of your, be intentional. Not everybody that you have to even waste your time saving their number, but hey, your phone can take about, I think, 25,000 contacts. So if you don't have 25,000 contacts, it means that you are not there yet. So don't be quick to delete people. You never know. The one that you don't regard is the one that can probably give you your best deal. So just get in touch with people, 3 people every day. Be concerned with them, be attentive to them, listen to them, and then eventually you can also tell them what you do, and then just leave it at that. The more you start posting things on your status, the more they see what you do, and eventually when an opportunity comes that you are the best to serve or provide that opportunity, they will come to you. All right. One day we'll look at WhatsApp status and how to be effective at it. Some people are very, very good at it, and I'm sure one day I would invite them to come and teach us how they do it. Okay, so that has been my time. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, I think we should be interactive, because beyond these live videos, when you come to me, I'll charge you because I'm a consultant. But this is my gift to the world. So ask me questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Okay. All right. So, let me continue with my song. Glenda, thank you so much. It's good to see you here. Yeah, Conqueror.
We all make mistakes and might fall on your face, but you gotta get up. We all make
If you have any questions, please put it there in my comment box. If you do any form of business, put it there in my comments, so that we can also tell people what you do. So share more about Glenda. What do you do? I know you sew, and I'm going to do live videos for every day of 2023. So you probably have to get in touch so that you can sew for me. I'll be your brand ambassador. Okay. Oh, King. Good to see you. Good to see you. Joy. Please, is the great voice my voice, or Estelle and then the guy's voice? Joy, answer before I go off. All right, guys, thank you so much. This has been my time, and I'm so happy to have brought you another episode of Lunch Break with Ekow Mensah. For the next, let's say, 2 or 3 Thursdays, we'll be looking at how to attract clients on a consistent basis. Today, we looked at you. Go back, listen, pay attention, have a checklist, and see if all these things apply to you and what you can do about it. After the live video ends, you can come back and ask me questions in the comment box or in my DM, and I'll be more than happy to help you. If you know any entrepreneurs, let's help them. On Thursdays, we're going to look at sales, we're going to look at marketing, we're going to look at clients, so that you can invite your friends, your entrepreneurs to come, so that we talk about this thing called business and growing our businesses. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I'll come back your way tomorrow with love, relationships, and marriage. And we are looking at 10 reasons why your relationship would end in tears. Part 2. too. I'm not saying anybody's relationship will end in tears, but when you see these signs, please run, because your heart will definitely be broken. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about 4 other signs that will show that your relationship would end in tears. So join me 1 p.m. tomorrow right here on my timeline as I bring to you Lunch Break with Ekow Mensah episode 11. God bless you and all the best. Yes, keep sending. Please keep sending what you do. Keep sending what you do. Jennifer, you're more than a conqueror. You have no idea what's going to happen to you this year. Sometimes I have like prophetic, I can see today like this. I told my friend that she was going to get married this year, and apparently it's true. She's getting married this year. I didn't know. So Jennifer, I can see amazing things happening. The thing you've been waiting for God to give you, you will get. All right? But it will come according to God's will. Sometimes it doesn't come the way we saw it, but it comes in a better version that doesn't look anything like what you desired, but it is exactly what you need. But it will definitely come. Just don't give up. You are a conqueror, and I love you. Saram, it's good to see you. She does oven baked groundnuts. Oh, I need some more. Is it the groundnuts or the paste? I want the groundnuts itself, the one I can be chewing during my live videos. I think some of you can also be sending me products so that I can share during my live videos and then just eat for free. Now I'm becoming a Facebook live video celebrity. Yeah. So before I become an influencer and start charging you, just send me the things for free. Okay, let me just eat and show it during my live videos. Okay, so send me some of the things that you do, and then I'll show it, I'll eat it, I'll testify of the goodness of your products, and then hopefully by God's grace, as I'm becoming an influencer small, God will bless your business as well. Love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.